Today I'm going to be reviewing the HTC One. We'll talk about the things I don't like first. Okay, LTE coverage is not so great here in Canada. Basically, because it's not so well covered, I think, I'm under Rogers by the way, call quality on this phone doesn't really give you the best call quality. I'm not sure why, and I'm thinking that's really what I've come to conclude so far is LTE. That's what's doing it. I turned off LTE, all of a sudden call quality a lot better. Everyone says, oh, I can hear you better now, I can hear you better now. So before that, everyone, oh, I'm having a hard time hearing you, and I do this sometimes, you know, and so they're like, I can't even hear you. So again, these are some things that, the biggest one that bugged me. Another one that's starting to really bother me now is 32 gigs only. I have like terabytes and terabytes of stuff. So 32 gigs really wasn't a very good option for me, but I thought I could do with it. My last phone was an Xperia X10, sorry, and it only had 16 gigs. I made do with it, you know, it was fine. But 32 should have been a lot more. And considering this is only a 4 megapixel ultra pixel camera, which means 13 still, just the file size is smaller. Video still takes 1080p, but I'm guessing that's what's taking a lot of my, and actually it is what's taking a lot of my SD card, because right now I have about 9 gigs left, and I've installed, let's say, 2 gigs worth of games. My music is about 1.5 gigs, so that's 3.5. Mind you, this is like I've gotten every picture and every video from my last phone onto here. So it's not all pictures that I've taken and videos that I've taken over the past with this phone. It's from like 2 years, 3 years ago. So still pretty good, but sooner or later I'm gonna have to you know, maybe use the cloud only, delete them off the phone. I don't know. I'm totally against that, but you know, I don't want to have to upload and download, especially with a lot of the data plans that are really not, they're just shitty. They're shit. Okay? Anyway, so that's another thing where the SD card memory is just not enough. Other than that, you know, the little notification light, you can't see it now, I have no notification. But that was kind of one thing where, you know, I can't really change it. It's not the best thing, but, you know, let me talk about the good stuff that I like about it. Google, you guys are just awesome. Google Voice kicks ass. Like, what does Siri do that Android can't do, that Google Voice can't do? And not just can do, could do like 10 times better. Siri gets me wrong like half the time, and I don't have an iPhone. I had the 3GS, that was way back. But Siri, I've seen what it could do. This is much better. Whoever tried this, it's much better. It's the shit. I'm not so big on having my GPS on all the time. I don't want everybody to know where I've been, where I am all the time. So that's one thing where I've turned on my GPS for 2 weeks just to see what Google Now does for me, and I'm actually liking it, you know. But again, it's one of those things where I don't know if I will keep it on all the time. Yeah. So battery power, the first week or so, I didn't install as much stuff in here. And I got about 88% left from a regular 8-hour day at work. And that's like just some moderate use. Some texting, maybe a video or two, email usage, checking my emails every 10 minutes or so. And there you go. So 88% was still left after 9-hour day almost, you know, 8 hours being at work and traveling time and that. So that was pretty good. Now it's after I've installed a whole bunch of things, I get about 77% left. So it's not bad. It's still pretty good. And it usually lasts me until I get home and sleep, and most of the time I still have like 20 to 30 something percent left on the phone. Okay, so battery, still good. I like it, not bad. I don't really care if I can remove it or not. If the phone was lagging and I had to take it off all the time, and actually let me take off the case because that shows the beauty of the phone more. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so Yeah, I don't care that the phone doesn't really have a external battery. It's not a big deal. A lot of people complained about this. How often do you change your battery? All phones suck after 1 year, and especially smartphones. You know, when you look back at the phones that didn't have huge screen and too many sensors and all that, they lasted, yes. But now you have all that technology in here, can't expect the battery to last that long. And even if it does, you know, what are you going to do? If it doesn't, you switch the batteries? Nobody does that. You buy a battery when you need to, when your phone dies or phone battery dies. And I've not really had a problem with batteries that much. So that's my own experience. You could be different. I don't know. If it is, just comment and let me know. Let's just take a quick break. Two in one. I'm going to show you the video and going to let you hear the audio on this bad boy. Really, really good. I've never heard any phone that sounds as good as this phone. Just have a quick listen. And this is one of my videos off of my YouTube channel, so subscribe if you want to. Yeah. Now I'm recording with my Zoom H1 recorder, so I'm hoping that you could hear what I hear. And even pointing that way, away from my ears, I could still hear really good quality sound, better than any other phone out there. You're never gonna, do this. A lot of people do this when they want to hear something really good. And what if I want to watch and listen? This is where the speakers should be. So HTC, great job. And I'm not sure if it's the Beats audio thing in there. That's like software only or hardware as well. But very, very well done. And yes, it's 4.7, less than like the S4, which is 5-inch, but really not a big deal. I mean, even this kind of bothers me when I have to reach to that screen. I have to change my hand position to that end of the screen. And then I have to change my hand position again to reach these things. So I had a 4-inch before this. Was really, really good for that. Bigger is not always better. Yes, it's better in a lot of situations, but this is kind of one thing that bothers me. So 4.7 plenty. I thought wasn't gonna be enough. 5-inch like the S4 or Xperia Z or ZL. This is really good. So but if you want to watch a movie, watch it on a big screen. Not this, okay? Big screen is what movies are meant for. This right here, games, chat, email, stuff on the go. That's it. You don't want to do anything crazy on this phone, like watch a movie, even on a plane. Just play games. All right? Good. I'm glad we got that out of the way. Okay, so other stuff that we could talk about quickly, maybe. The software that this comes with, just alone, they don't have actually that much bloatware that they used to with other carriers, especially. And the good thing is you can disable or even uninstall some of these things. And you know what? People who root your phone, I don't know what else you need from this phone that you have to root it for. I haven't done that I don't think I will actually, because everything I want is already on this phone. Great apps. The Play Store is really, really good for a lot of things, and everything is free. Maybe like if you want to buy a game like Call of Duty or something. By the way, actually I've tried that here. I've gotten the demo for some of these really, really intense games. Graphics, not a problem whatsoever. Okay, actually a couple of things I wanted to talk about. So there's only 2 buttons that are in front, and they're actually like screen buttons too, aside from this and the top button here, which is basically doubles as an infrared thing. So you could use it as a remote control, and I have for all my TVs at home and whatever TVs in public too. It's really nice that you can fool people with this. You can just, turn the TV off or something. So very nice. Again, free app. It's really, really wonderful. Again, so this is power and doubles as a infrared thing. You got your volume keys on this side. They're very nice. The 2 buttons here. You know what? I didn't really like that it didn't have a menu button here, but I got used to it really quick. And you see this more and more now with the 3 dots being a menu item. And you know what? I actually kind of like it better than doing this. But again, it's one of those things that you either get used to or you don't. I did quite fast. Um, it looks beautiful. I mean, yes, the S4 and maybe some other phones have some really good features, but I mean, look at this. It's aluminum. I've dropped it a few times, haven't had a problem. The screen, I'm sure some people have done some really good tests, and I'll probably have links for those too. And it's solid, really good build. Um, Beautiful phone all around. That's the reason actually I got this, because it's a beautiful phone, unlike the Samsung S4. I think they really didn't do a good job designing that phone from the outside. You know, it just looks like the S3 with a whole bunch of other bells and whistles. And if you're like me, just get a nice case like this. You know, it still keeps your phone look. It's it saves it. Okay, I mean, you want something like this. Typically, you go to like Best Buy or whatever. These things might be like 20 to 30 something bucks. I got this for $6.50 at a one of those Asian stores. Okay, so just go in there, bargain with them. They might tell you it's $10. Give them five, whatever. They'll take it. Okay, $10 is still a lot cheaper, and overall will save your phone from a whole lot of damage. And not saying this phone gets damaged, but I like to keep it more clean, especially around the edges. Okay, that is one thing where I wanted to buy this. And again, I'm not hiding the phone. The phone still is there. You could even still see the text there. Um, but again, that's just me. All right.